Well, hello to everyone. It's Grandpa Hickory saying hello to all. I tell you what, I got my tea. I'm getting up, moving around. I took an Ambien. Oh, I guess it's about 3 o'clock this morning. No, it's about 3:35, 3:40. And I tell you what, it's kind of hard to wake up this morning. I just sleeping so good, you don't want to get up. Got my tea. Hope you're enjoying your coffee. You know, I was remembering. Me and my brother used to get up real early in the morning. We lived way out in the country. And we would have some of Dad's coffee, and we would drink some good coffee, and then we would get our fishing poles together, and we would head on out. It was still dark outside. We was walking down through the woods one day, heading down to the fishing hole way out from the house. And we were going through woods. You know, we were walking along, and we heard something. My brother signaled to me to stop, so I stopped. And we listened for a while. Then we started walking, and when we walked, something else walked. It was back in behind us. And we kept going. We'd stop, turn around. We'd walk. And when we got to where the leaves were real crunchy, you know what I'm talking about in the fall of the year, how when you walk on leaves, they crunch. We were walking and we stopped suddenly. My brother had me stop suddenly. And whatever it was, it kept crunching the leaves coming to us. Well, by then, you know, me and him both were getting kind of shook up about it. So we split up. He went one way and I went the other. You know, we had to go over this hill and everything to get down the bank to the pond. And so I went one way and he went the other. Well, we met down there at the pond. We were walking, looking back up the hill. We didn't see anything. So anyway, we started doing our fishing. We were catching perch, you know, bluegills. We were sitting there catching them. Well, we kept hearing something. We didn't know what it was. Didn't know if it was a wind or what it was. We just kept hearing something. So finally, the sun started coming up. We were both relieved. And anyway, we had a good time. We caught a lot of fish. And I guess we fished for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Then we started heading back because we was very hungry. We hadn't eaten breakfast. We just had some of Dad's coffee. So we got our fish and got our poles and started heading back up the hill. Well, we got to the top of the hill, and I kid you not, people, there were some of the biggest tracks we'd ever seen in our life. We could see our tracks, you know. But whatever this was, it made some big tracks. I mean, I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. It must have been huge. And surely we would have seen it. Something to leave that big of a track. But it's just weird looking. I don't know how to explain the track that it made. It was big. And we went on back to the place, told Dad about it. Dad said, well, it's probably bossy. You know, we had a cow, milk cow. And my brother told him, Dad, that ain't no cow. Well, my dad said, well, I'll tell you what, you boys eat your breakfast and we'll go down there and look. So we all headed back after we ate breakfast and everything. Dad had a couple more cups of coffee. He was reading the newspaper. So he folded up and sat down and said, come on, boys, let's go. Well, he got his gun. I noticed my dad got his gun. And we went out the back door and we started heading on out in the woods. We were walking along and we didn't hear anything. My dad would have us stop and we'd all listen. We didn't hear anything. Well, my dad saw these tracks and he started following them. He saw our tracks and he saw these tracks. He said, I don't know what this is. And he kept walking and walking and walking, you know, all the way to where we had split up. You could see where we had split up. And this thing here had stayed in the middle. Well, when, you know, we came back together, our tracks did. We went back down the hill to the fishing hole. That's, you know, we followed our tracks. And My dad stood down there looking around. He said, I don't know what this is. So we went back to the house. We got busy doing chores and things. We didn't think anything about it, but I never have forgotten that morning. I was just thinking about it this morning when I got up. It was still dark outside, and I went back to sleep because I took that Ambien. And but you know, have you ever had anything like that happen to you in your life? I mean, this was something totally out of the ordinary. We didn't have cell phones back then, so we couldn't take a picture. You know, nowadays you could take a picture with your phone, but back then we didn't have those things. So I never will forget it though, and I never will forget the sound of that crunch. Our crunching that we made when we were walking was different. Whatever it was heavy. And we never found out. We never found out. We never heard it again. And so, but I just thought I'd tell you that story about what happened to us when I was a young lad of a boy, me and my brother going fishing that morning. And it was dark, people. When we went out there heading down there to the pond, it was dark. And I thought about that this morning when I woke up. I looked around and I remembered it. I guess that was back in 1950, I guess about 56, 55 or 56 when that happened. It's been a long, long time ago. But hey, listen, I hope you have a good day. And I'm asking you to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see all you wonderful people in the next video. Goodbye from Texas.